Hi everyone, it's Cal. I'm here in my little kitchen again, and happy Easter. And I want to put out a video on where the symbols of Easter come from and what they actually really mean, because they don't mean chocolate bunnies and little colorful chicks. They actually are all metaphorically speaking about, yes, the Kundalini, because the Kundalini is all about you. And I wanted to just quickly throw this video up on because somebody else has asked me about Kundalini activation and can I help them activate their Kundalini? And I will say no. The Kundalini is all about you, and you activate your own Kundalini, and you do that most pointedly through meditation. You can do yoga. I'm sure yoga can help because yoga pressurizes all the energy towards the center of the body. But when I did the Kundalini, and I did it royale, I had not even done one yoga class in my entire life or anything else. I didn't know how to meditate. I had no idea what I was doing. And if I can do it, so can you. So, Kundalini activation. Again, the way you activate Kundalini is you begin meditation. And you start little by little. I started very little. I started at 5 minutes at a time because I had ADHD. I couldn't even sit down for more than 10 minutes. I had to be involved in doing, my mind was all over the place. But when you begin meditation, you begin to hold the ropes to your own mind, and that is what you want to be doing. You want to begin to control your mind and become a master of your own mind. And with all the media and all the stuff that's flying at us, and of course work is becoming super intense as well, and all the perceived needs and wants of the world are just sort of, right at our front door every time we open it. We have to forget about all that. That is the veil. That is the mirage. That is what we need to keep at bay and move away from as we begin to enter meditation. Now, meditation, I started 5 minutes a day, and I actually started it at work. I was a single mom, and I had a very busy life at home, cleaning, ironing, organizing, driving. I was doing all these things. But I began meditation because I was reading something from an old master, and I was interested in it. And I was, as I've mentioned in other videos, I was extremely angry. And I used all that anger, I roped it all in, and that fueled me to do the Kundalini Royale. And you can use your emotions and you can trigger them to help you meditate and help you get up the levels through meditation. Now, this is a really grand topic, but it starts very, very small with just a little tiny dot of an effort. So I did 5 minutes a day, and then a few days later, I think it might have been 5 days later, I did 5 minutes twice a day. And then I did 5 minutes 3 times a day. And the 5 minutes I did 3 times a day, I did for, I think I did it for almost 3 months. 3 times a day for 5 minutes. And then I joined all 15 minutes together. And then I started meditating for 15 minutes at a time. And then I slowly increased. And this is really something that's foreign to me, because when I see something that I want, I am a beeline. I just go and I get it. And so for me to be behaving in this manner was extremely alien, but I'll tell you, this step-by-step process works. It works with everything. It works with building wealth, if you're interested in that. It works with building new daily habits. It works with anything. Just doing the baby steps and not being impatient. So I really started in that 5 minutes to really hone my mind, really calm it down. And I was a raging inferno for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, one day, it changed. It just swapped over in one day. Yeah. So raging inferno for a very time. And then it was like the flick of a switch. I had been doing all this work, 5 minutes, 3 times a day. And then boom, one day it changed like that. And I began meditating 15 minutes a day, and then of course it grew more and more into 14 hours a day. And but I'll tell you, even when I left the world and I went out to the Mexican desert to meditate, 1 hour of decent meditation, you don't even want to sleep. You are fully rejuvenated. And now I'm trying to get back to that place, so I'm starting again at 5 minutes a day, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And this was 14 years ago. So the Kundalini is activated by you. It's not activated by anybody else. If you sit by someone who does deep samadhi meditation, like I got into when I was headed up towards the 14 hours, my meditation was incredible. And if you sit beside somebody who has a really good vibratory resonance in meditation, that can activate you. That's probably the only way you can really get an activation, but there are exceptions to all rules. So if you find something, that's terrific, because all you want to do is you want to get there into meditation to begin to hone your force. It's all about your energy. It's all about the forces that are inside of you and reining them in and controlling them. That's why nothing outside of you can do it for you. But the good news is that your mind and body has been made to work in a collaborative manner to do this. You are building this over lifetimes. You are building it in everything you do of every day. There's no exceptions. You're always building this as you learn out in the world, or as you experience out in the world, and then you come back to the oneness. This goes on and goes on until you enter stillness. You begin to enter stillness. And the ages of life are kind of like this. Everything sort of moves in this way, whereas, you know, energy begins chaotic, and then it comes to a stillness, and then it comes to a focus, and then that level is sort of evaporate or dies away, and then you start at a new level. Everything is moving through the same process, and it's the cycle of the circle. The cycle of the circle is everything. It is what is bringing you to enlightenment. It is what is activating your Kundalini. It is what is driving you towards doing the Kundalini, and you will get there whether you're trying or not. It's just a case of when will you get there. But if you're, I mean, we have infinity to get there, so it's really up to you. So the Kundalini activation can be activated by other people who have high vibratory resonance, and that will affect your resonance. I think it's up to about 30%, but still the majority lies in you. Building your habits, building your practice, and you start small. You don't start with mudras, and you don't start with, you know, all sorts of crazy practices. You just sit, and you start with sitting. You either sit in a chair, which is what I did. I didn't go into, you know, a lotus posture when I began meditation. I sat in a chair. Actually, I think I did some standing meditation too. I was just trying to calm my mind in the beginning, calm it, bring it to a place of just beginning to learn to relax and grab hold of that ever busy mind. So I have a video that's on the channel, and I will put it below. And it's just meditation in 3 easy steps. I filmed it when I was in London, when I was trying to get all of the knowledge out of me after connecting to the web. I was writing everything down, so I'd actually gone to London to stay with a friend to do this, and I recorded this video. So hopefully it will help you. And it's just super basic. It's meditation in 3 easy steps, and you start there, and you master each step along the way. You have to stay with it, and you have to stay calm and focused. There's no running ahead. There's no, getting to the end of that finish line, because this is a practice that you are building for life. And if it's a practice you're building for the Kundalini to happen, it is a practice that really needs your focus. Yeah, so I think I'll leave this video here, just talking about Kundalini activation. This is a very, very rich topic, the Kundalini. This is what you came here to do, and this is the body you have been building since you were nothing in a void. You have been spiraling through all sorts of incarnations, from all the mineral kingdoms, the animal kingdoms, and so on and so forth. You come out of the ocean into the earth, and you begin little by little spiraling up through these lifetimes to get to the fulcrum, which is the human life, the human body. We are actually the image of God, and I explain that in some of my videos, but I will come back here and I'll do another video. It's a great, great topic to understand how we are in the image of God. We are in the image of God vibrationally, and it repeats this image. And I know it sounds crazy, but this image repeats itself in everything. And I've written a book about this. I'm doing some edits to it. I think I've published it and I pulled it off because, we aim for perfection. And yes, I've done a webinar that you can have access to as well. And there are some videos on the channel that point and help you understand, because it's a little bit more, it's not complicated, it's really simple. But because we're not taught in this way, it's hard for us to understand that we come from a system of circling, and that these circles have been building the vibration that we are now at in the human body, and that it is the beginning. Once we reach this height, we want to go through the Kundalini, and then after the Kundalini, we can, how do I say this? We are out in the cosmos. The body is your Merkaba. It is the thing that is going to direct you. It is huge intelligence. Huge intelligence. And this part of you, this is the baby trying to understand it with its linear thoughts and its believing what it sees and all of that. And that's just not the case. Where what is forming us is the thing that we cannot see. And of course, we can see what it's doing when we're observing. When we're observing it with our eyes, these eyes, not this one, these ones, but we can know it through the Kundalini, through this eye here. And there's so much to be said, that this eye here, the third eye, is the knowing, and the knowing is, and everybody's experienced this, when you have such a strong knowing, it floods your body, and you just know beyond what you see. You know what's happening. You've been in situations where you know things, and a lot of the time you accept these situations where you just immediately know things. We just accept it because we're so part of this intuitive system. But we do get bamboozled and by the world that we see out there. But this is fake. Everything out there is just the mirage, and you've got to get your way through this maze to get to the truth of you. And the truth will set you free. It sets you free from the system. And the way to do that, the fast way to activate it, is meditation. And again, meditation in 3 easy steps. And this is what I did. I will post it below. It's just 3 easy steps. It's just sitting and it's focusing and having no judgment, really. That's the beginning. Then meditation, once you master that, it can morph and change. But those 3 steps will get you to your inner voice, and your inner voice will direct you and take over. Back when I had started in meditation, or before I started in meditation, I actually had wanted to take this guru's meditation class. It was so expensive. It was like $3,000 to take this meditation class. And I remember phoning down there, and I was just, could you subsidize in any way? I'm a single mom. I really need to have this meditation. And and they wouldn't budge for a second. It's $3,000. That's the way it was. End of story. And it was because of that, I thought, oh, meditation. Okay, I'm going to do it myself. I went and I bought the book, didn't even read the book. And I just sat down and I did the work. So it's about doing the work. It's not about reading the book or really doing the techniques, but you do have to, close your eyes and focus. That is a given. And your inner guide will come to you and begin. Once you manage these 3 little tasks in this video that I'm going to give you, I mean, it's really, I think it's just sitting and focusing, and I can't remember what the other one was, but it's pretty simple, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do consistently well. So you want to begin there. You want to begin really, really small. And believe me, this is the beginning of the Kundalini activation. This is the beginning of it. It is in the sitting and the meditating, because when you hone your energy to the center, when you pull it to the center, it needs to go somewhere. You're pulling it in this way, and you'll be able to feel that when you're meditating. You're pulling it in this way. Where's it going to go? It's going to go this way, and it's going to go this way, right? That's activating the Kundalini. So the Kundalini, you can do the Kundalini backwards. You can do it in stages. There are many ways, I'm sure, to do the Kundalini. I did it the good old tried and true way. And it will root when you pull it into the center, and it has to go this way. It will root to the mother. Okay, it's going to root to the planet. This is your local mother, and believe me, she's powerful. But there are infinity mothers, and then all these mothers have mothers, and those mothers have mothers, and they are all connected. And this is the invisible force. This is the great mother. And it acts in unison together. And when I was plucked from my bed, I think some video I talk about that, but when I was plucked from my bed, I was wide awake, just sitting up in bed thinking I'll go for a walk. When I was pulled back, it was the mother pulling me. She can pluck you anytime she wants. And that's what death is. Oh, your time's up for this lifetime. Pluck. And she just takes you when it's time. And but you do cycle back. The way to get out of the cycling is to control your mind. So the more you control your mind, the more you activate the Kundalini. The more you focus inwardly, the more you activate the Kundalini, so that you get the cube. The cube is the root chakra. As soon as you see that red cube, as soon as you see it there, you've got it. And that's when you really start to apply as much time as possible to the Kundalini. Forget everything else, because work and everything else that you're doing out there in the world, it's all helping you. It's all helping you. It's helping you understand. It's helping you learn. It's helping you drive your energy inward, and all the little particles and pieces that you're getting in your outward world are helping you build your inward world. No doubt about it. I'm just talking about fast growing the Kundalini to get out of the circle system, to get out of the solar building system. You are solar light. You are building solar light. You come from darkness. You come from smutty, dark, heavy, smokiness. And I've been there and I've seen it, and I was shocked. And we've come from that, and look at you now. You're fantastic. You've done an incredible, incredible journey just at the stage of human. And it's not ending here, but this is a very exciting time, because now you activate the Kundalini. Now you take your role as one of the gods when you activate it and when you achieve it. And my phone is going to die in about 2 seconds. So when it cuts off, please know that my phone has just dropped. So that's what you're here for. And like I said, it's exciting. So you begin the meditation, and all the meditation is coming from you. It's coming from your inward focus. It can be influenced by others.